Next up on WTV, Family Science Night, a geometry project, and this week's edition of My Life As. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Hey there, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Thursday, April 7th, and I'm Alyssa Murphy with today's Daily Update, brought to you by Wingspan TV. If there's one subject that has a broad range of different topics, it's science, and the school is working on helping showcase many of these topics. WTV's Gautam Garg has the story.
The Science Department is currently planning the annual Family Science Night. The goal of the event is to showcase to family members what students in different science classes have been learning throughout the year and to maybe ease some anxiety middle school students may have about high school.
It's a way for the younger students at elementary and middle school can have the opportunity to come to the high school. We typically go to the feeder pattern schools to try to get them to come up to Liberty and experience science, to kind of take away any sort of fear about it and have fun with it, so that way by the time they make it to Liberty they are a little bit more excited about it.
Usually the science nights have a theme to it to make it more engaging for kids.
The overall theme that we're going with this year is kind of like crime scene science, and so we have different student groups that are working on fingerprints activities or DNA activities through biology or motion detector activities to help with understanding the movement of cars in a crime scene and things like that. So lots of different ways to attack that topic.
This year's event is currently scheduled for April 13th, but it could possibly be moved to May when all AP tests are done. Reporting for WTV, I am Gautam Garg.
April is Earth Month, and to spread awareness on how to protect the Earth, Environmental Action Club partnered with WTV to bring a weekly segment covering different ways to help the environment. This week, WTV's Kirthi Gumati brings you information on composting.
This week, we'll be taking a look at composting. Composting turns organic matter into fertilizer to enrich soil and plants. Composting requires materials high in nitrogen and carbon. These materials have to be left in a compost turner from anywhere from 2 to 12 months to decompose.
So one really big benefit of composting is the prevention of food waste reaching the landfills. Because when food waste is in the landfills, it can't go through its natural processes to break down like it would in a typical environment. And instead, it just gives off lots of greenhouse gases, such as methane, and that can be incredibly harmful, especially in America, where there is a lot of food waste produced.
The Students for Environmental Action Club has its own compost system using food waste they collect at lunch. If you want to help the environment or learn more about composting, join SEA to be a part of the project. Reporting for WTV, I'm Kirthi Gumati.
Some math students have been getting creative in their classrooms with the start of the new volume project. Here's WTV's Joaquin Perez with the details.
In advanced geometry, students are creating creatures made out of recycled items to learn about volume.
We are going to be building lifelike figures, and we're going to be doing it with like paper towel rolls, tissue boxes, things like that. And students are going to then be using their figure to learn about volume, surface area, cross sections.
Freshman Sophia Yu thinks this project will help her in the future when working with geometry.
Basically, we're using boxes to help find the volume, so it can help us find it faster in real world examples. It's going to make us find the formulas faster and easier for us.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Joaquin Perez.
On this week's edition of My Life As, WTV takes a look into the life of ISM student Erica Pernis.
So for ISM, I'm studying journalism, so I head down to the Dallas Morning News office every other week to meet with my mentor. And when I get there, I check into the lobby as a visitor and head down to my mentor's office. And once I get settled in, I start working on my final product, which is due soon, which is basically just a semester-long project and presentation catered to a specific topic of study. So every student works on that with their mentor. And for that, I'm working with my mentor to write an article on how remote learning options look 2 years after the pandemic and kind of recording everything I've learned about the professional reporting process. And then when me and my mentor are done meeting, she kind of assigns the stuff I should be working on for the next visit, and then I leave the office and head home. Usually at home, I continue some of my ISM work and work a little more on my final product and final presentation. So that's kind of what my day looks like in terms of ISM.
If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. And now for today's announcements. Seniors, prom tickets are available to purchase at onlineschoolfees.com. Prom will be on April 9th from 8 to 11 p.m. at the W Hotel in Dallas on Victory Park Lane. Tickets are $80 each and will be available until noon on April 8th. The City of Frisco is putting on a community service project, and our campus will be participating April 23rd from 9 to 11 a.m. on Liberty's campus. This is a great opportunity for service hours for students as well as exchange hours for staff. Friends and families are invited. Equipment will be provided for those who register. Select the team name Liberty to make sure participants get assigned to our campus and surrounding area. Courtesy of SEA, here's your Earth Month fun fact. It takes 2 years to grow a single pineapple, so next time you're enjoying some pineapple, make sure to not take it for granted. To learn more about nature, join SEA with the Remind code below. That's it for today's Daily Update. This is Alyssa Murphy for Wingspan TV.